Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. All right. So I was talking to one of my friends about this just a couple minutes ago, and she said something very smart that I want to pass on to you. All right. We were talking, and I told her that she would be a really good real estate investor because she already makes really good money. She's not desperate to get a deal done. And because she has business experience, she has stock experience, she knows who she's talking to, she knows why she's talking to those people because she's in business. And in business, we have something called a ideal client avatar, an ICA, or we have a red carpet client, or we have just an avatar, or you can call it anything you want to. In real estate, we have, I don't even know what we call it in real estate. Somebody either needs to tell me what we call it or tell me what you call it. But we have, I know at least for me in real estate, all I need to buy houses, to buy one house a month, I only need tired landlords. Or I only need people who've inherited properties. That's it. I don't need anybody else. I don't need first-time home buyers. I don't need people getting veterans loans. I don't need people who are trying to get transferred or have gotten transferred. I don't need people who are wanting to upgrade. I don't need people who are wanting to downsize. I don't need any of those regular people in real estate. All I need, are tired landlords. Or I need people that have inherited properties and don't want to move back to my honey hole. And I told my friend that, once she got in a rhythm of talking to people who were going to be either her ideal client or her ideal seller, or who knew people who were tired landlords, she probably wouldn't have to do any of the other marketing that I teach in First Deal Done Fast. And she said, that's probably what the problem is with a lot of new investors. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And she said, well, depending on who it is, they need their first deal to get done in like 2 days. It just doesn't happen that way. All right. Deals can get done fast. Absolutely. Especially if you already got that ball rolling, especially if you're already in business, especially if you're already in real estate, especially if you already have a couple hours of free time every day. Like, you can make this as fast as you want. But I got to tell you, and maybe I have been confusing in what I have been saying, and maybe I haven't been speaking to my truest ideal client. Because I have the most fun, and the people that are the most successful when they work with me are women. First of all, women, because I want to help women achieve their financial freedom, which usually actually gives them time freedom more than money. But I want to help women who are already either making six figures and they just want an additional six figures, or women who are really close to making 100 grand a year and need something that's going to push them over into 120 or 150. And then they can start looking at having 200-figure incomes themselves. All right. I love women who are rocking and rolling. They've got stuff going on. A lot of my ladies actually come from families of real estate investors, but their parents or their grandparents or whoever didn't do real estate the way I do it. And honest to goodness, guys, like, I come from a real estate investing family. I'm the only person in my family who understands what I do. My mom still has no idea what I do or how I buy houses and how I make money at it. She can see it, but it just doesn't process through her head. She's not doing her deals the way I'm doing mine. That's why we can buy houses in the same honey hole. I have helped her do some owner financing deals, which has been pretty cool. But my favorite person to work with, and I love working with everybody. I want to help everybody. And I love, helping the people that are like, you know what? I'm going to get in, I'm going to get my deals done, and I'm going to be a millionaire, and I'm going to give you one hell of a testimonial video. Yay! But it's not just about a quick 10 grand. I don't want you to hook for the money. All right? I want you to get into First Deal Done Fast and build a legacy. I want you to have something real that you can pass on to your kids, or you can pass on to your church, or you can donate to your favorite university, or whatever. Like I want First Deal Done Fast to be what helps you pass on your joy in life, pass on an income stream, pass on an appreciating asset. I want the things that you learn in First Deal Done Fast about buying real estate, I want you to be able to translate that and transfer that over to other things. A lot of people aren't a complete real estate nerd like I am. I live and breathe real estate. I just flippin' love it. Some people want to have 3 or 4 or 5 houses that pay them every month, and they just use everything I teach in First Deal Done Fast to get that rocking and rolling, and they're like, great, thanks, see you later. That's fine. Some people just want to be able to do, a $10,000 a month, but I also bought 3 or 4 buy and hold properties from everything I learned. Like, that's good too. It's not just for people who want quick cash. And if I've been speaking to that, I apologize. Because First Deal Done Fast is really about helping you get your first deal done fast so that you can get that taste of victory. So that you can really see, like, behind the curtain, how it happens, how it works, why it is beautiful and amazing for you, for the seller, and for the buyers. I love working with women who have been flipping houses and they're ready to create monthly income without having to do that. I love working with women that have 1 or 2 rental houses and they don't have the ability to go to the bank and borrow any more money, but they want to get to 12 houses by the end of the year. I love working with women who are stay-at-home moms and have been making $12,000 a year. And then after they were with me for 7 months, they've made $70,000. I love working with women who know there's more out there for them, that they deserve more, that they're worth more, and that they can go and get it. All they need is a little bit of guidance, a little bit of accountability, a little bit of cheerleading, and they'll go get it. I love working with go-getters. I talked to one of my ladies the other day, and she has done 3 deals in the last month. She's been with me for like 7 months, and it was her 6th month before she was like, yeah, I got a deal done. And I was like, great, that's awesome. And then the next week, she was like, I got another deal. And then the next week, she's like, I got another deal. She's going to make over $100,000 in 1 month. She's been with me for 7 months, but it took her a while to simmer up and get ready to get out there and get going. And she made $100,000. She's going to clear over $100,000. She was already making $100,000 a year. Now she's just making an extra $100,000 a year. She went from 2 rental houses to like 8. That's some good stuff, y'all. That's some powerful stuff. And whether, when I was talking to her, this is the best part of that story. I was talking to her and she was like, yeah, I really need to finish those modules. Really need to watch your videos. And I was like, I'm sorry. How have you been doing this? You haven't watched the videos? You haven't logged in to the portal in First Deal Done Fast? She was like, yeah, I mean, I watched a couple of them, but then I just started telling everybody that I wanted to buy their house, and now I'm buying houses. So I had to go back in there and watch the video on how to fill out the contract. I was like, okay, awesome. I had another lady, the lady that's made 70 grand in 7 months, who made not a lot as a stay-at-home mom the year before. She told me after her first two closing, she was like, yeah, I've only watched like 2 modules, but I got enough out of the Facebook group that I was able to close these deals and make 12 grand. I love women who don't need a whole lot of hand-holding. I mean, if you need hand-holding, I can do that too. But women that say, oh, okay, that makes sense. Let me go do that. Let me go fill that in. Let me go fix that. Let me go try that. Let me go do that. Like, they just need a little bit of encouragement. They just need some of the dots connected. They just need to know that I'm behind them and cheering them on. I'll teach you all the nitty-gritty stuff. But a lot of you already know a lot of the stuff, and I just need to connect the dots for you. I don't need to draw you out a whole map. It's there. It's in First Deal Done Fast. But a lot of you just need to know how to change some of the conversations that you're having. Or, the number one question I think I get for First Deal Done Fast is, Whitney, how do I know where to get started? Should I start where I'm living? Should I start where I came from? Should I start where I'm going? Like, where should I get started? And we handle that. It's called the honey hole. That's where we make the money, honey. That's where we can be the queen bee and be a big fish in a small pond. All right. The honey hole is where we go to make the money, honey. And I've got a couple exercises that'll kind of walk you through, where you should go, how far do you want to travel? Do you want to travel? Like, all these things. But also, where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? How automatic do you want your money? I'll help you throughout all of it. I'll hold your hand if you need me to. I'll kick you in the butt if I feel like you need that. One lady that joined group coaching in February, she was like, hey, I just really need you to kind of like yell at me once a week and tell me to go get this stuff done. I was like, well, I'm not going to yell at you, but I can be a little bit more forceful in telling you to get out there and get this stuff done. She was like, yeah, let's do that. Just sign me up. Send me an invoice. I want to do group coaching. All righty. Another thing that kind of happened to me today that I want to tell you about, this is a totally different kind of little story, but when we're talking about who you need to talk to and deciding who you need to talk to, I've got rules as to which houses I'll buy and, how much I want to pay and all these different things. The most important thing that every real estate investor, really everybody in business, every entrepreneur, what you really need to remember is to drink a lot of water. Whole lot of water. And one of my friends in Texas says this all the time, that's his best advice for new real estate investors. Yeah, you need to know who you're talking to. Yeah, you need to make sure you're talking to the decision maker. Yeah, you need to be looking in your honey hole. Yeah, you need to be doing yellow letters and bandit signs and Craigslist posts and Facebook posts and meeting and networking and talking and offers. And yeah, you need to be doing all that. But you need to chug water. And I think of it like this. Again, I relate real estate to dating all the time. And if you take First Deal Done Fast, you just kind of get used to it. Because for every example I have, I'm like, when you're dating. But when you're dating, And if the kids are around, this would be a good time to pause it. Okay. Or if my pastor is watching, this would also be a good time to exit the video. But if you're okay with a little bit of bad words and a little bit of obvious talk, if somebody shows up, man or woman shows up for a date, and before you can even get to dinner, or before you can get through ordering dinner, or before you can get like really into like a rhythm of this is going to be a date, we're getting to know each other, if they ask to have sex or get a blowjob in the bathroom, that's just going to kind of ruin it for you, right? I mean, that's because they're probably kind of desperate, right? And I don't know about y'all, but even as a married lady, I like it when Jason takes me out to dinner and talks to me and like laughs and like we have some, like conversations, a little bit of warm up, a little bit of flirting, a little bit of fun, like all of those things work better. And new real estate investors don't focus on the foreplay enough. Nope. They just want to get it on. They just want to write a contract. They just want to make an offer. They just want to get a deal done because they're thirsty. They're desperate to get a deal done. They don't know if they're talking to the right person, and they don't know how to talk to the right person. And honestly, this is why women are better investors. We actually create real relationships before we try to hop in bed with somebody most of the time. And real estate speaking, that's what happens. You got to warm up to the idea of letting somebody take over your house on payments. Sellers need to be warmed up to the other way of doing real estate. When you pop out of the car and you got your contract and the first thing out of your mouth is a lowball offer, I'll shut you down right there. Whether it's a date or whether it's a house deal. New investors need to drink a lot of water. New investors need to know that there's a rhythm. You need to know when you make the offer. You need to know how much time you linger on the offer. You need to practice. Even today, I wouldn't dare make somebody an offer on 5 minutes into this relationship because I know it's a process. And because I know if I don't buy this house, I go buy another one. One of my students right now wants to get his first deal done so bad he can't stand it. And he wants to get his first deal done so bad that he's about to make a bad deal. We talked the other day, and I think I, poured some cold water on his head, which he wasn't very excited about that. But he is considering the other side of the equation and realizing that if he doesn't get this deal, he'll get another deal. If he doesn't get that deal, he'll get some other deal. It's not just about getting your first deal done fast so that you have a deal done and we can put that mark on our bedpost. It's about making good deals. It's about having win-win-win situations. It's not just about getting a deal done just to mark it off a list. It's about creating relationships. Because I'll tell you, I've got 2 or 3 sellers that I've bought. One seller, I bought 2 of their houses. Another seller passed me on to their mom, who passed me on to their sister. Another seller, I ended up it was a couple, they just gotten married, but I got her house and I got to sell his house. All right. But it was because I created a relationship with the first person, and then they just passed me on to other people. People like people. You got to know that. And you got to know that some of these deals are going to go really, really fast, and some of these deals are going to be a long-term commitment. Just make sure it's following along in your goals and what you need out of this relationship too. But the more you help sellers, the more you help buyers, the more the money will just flow at you when you're not desperate for it. So y'all drink a lot of water. Find out who you actually need to be talking to. Who is your ideal client? Who is your perfect seller? Because, people say, oh, I'll help anybody and everybody. Anybody that's got an empty house. Anybody that's got a bad house. Anybody that's doing this. No, we need to be a little bit more specific. That's what we talk about in the honey hole exercise. That's what we talk about in the perfect one-liner. That's what we talk about in First Deal Done Fast. Who do you need to talk to get the best deals? And once you find one person, one ideal person, then as you start talking to people, you'll realize quickly whether they are your ideal person or not. I don't really like working with dead people. All right. Probate properties are not my favorite. But people that have inherited houses and then they tried to be a landlord and try to do something with it, or people that inherited houses and they already live far, far away and they don't want to do anything to it, I can handle those. But I love buying houses from tired landlords. And there's never in any market a shortage of tired landlords. You can totally do this. If you want more information, if you want to join First Deal Done Fast, if you feel like you are who I want to help, go to firstdealdonefast.com. If in your mind you are that person, but maybe your bank account doesn't reflect it yet, I can help you too. firstdealdonefast.com. Also, though, if you're afraid you're going to get bored in First Deal Done Fast, like maybe you've been doing a lot of deals, I have group coaching. I have a mastermind. I can come visit you for the weekend. We can do a whole day together. I just want to help you achieve your real estate goals, whatever they are. I just think the first place to start is First Deal Done Fast. Everybody needs First Deal Done Fast. All right, I'm out of here again. Bye, y'all.